Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to talk with you about Valentine roses. My phone has been ringing off the hook, my email's been dinging, all with questions. How do you price roses competitively and stay profitable? It is a challenge, and my answer, it's always the same. You can't price competitively. Don't worry about it. Do not try to compete with the low-price sellers. Instead, make yourself unique and be different so there's no point of comparison. First and easiest is your choice of vessel. Shy away from the standard, the one that you see everywhere. Yes, we all use these, but now is not the time. Set that aside. Look for something a little more unique. Maybe it's tall and stately, maybe a little more traditional, maybe even a bubble bowl. Personally, I like a very wide mouth because this allows me to design in a wider and even shorter style, giving it a different look than that upright dozen, so that your roses are low and lush, a little bit influenced by European styling. Next would be your choice of foliages and accent flowers. Change it up a little bit. Most of your greens cost about the same, so think outside of your normal choices. Maybe adding in honey bracelet, which gives you a wonderful little bit of fragrance, very subtle. Ruscus, beautiful deep green color. Maybe adding texture with some plumosa or tree fern, something fuzzy. And then looking at the wax flower, which is beautiful in its season during the Valentine's period. Lastly is your choice of roses. Shy away from the standard dozen red roses. Look for multiple colors, things that you can mix together, and then use words like luscious, delicious, voluptuous, extravagant, fabulous. Maybe you do some traditional roses, some garden roses, some spray roses all together. Don't even need to say a count. A spray rose has multiple roses, so they might get 14, 15, 16. But instead, you have a fabulous design of delicious roses in Valentine colors. As I begin to create the design, I do my base materials first. That's another part of profitable Valentine designing. Plan things that you can do a week ahead of time and let them set aside, so it cuts down on the amount of last-minute work that you have to do on the holiday or just before. Honey bracelet will last so well. Just give it a break, set it right down into the vessel, letting it go strongly to the sides so you get a very full, lush design. Again, crossing over from one side to the other. Maybe saving one for a little bit later, going on to the ruscus. Again, working from the outer edges. Ignore your middle. You'll come back to that soon enough. But filling in the sides, creating a nice radial format. And this weave will then support all your roses. As you can see, as I'm going through the center of the vase, all the stems are crossing clear from the back to the front, and the right to the left, side to side, diagonal, always feeding through, never going straight down. Can come back in with some of the wax flower. You can cut it with a knife or go through and break it. It works well either way, and it too is very, very long lasting. You keep repeating, radial, side to side, just as I said, and then last, after you have everything in that you want to around the edges, that's when you're going to go back and take a piece, set it down into the center, and it'll stay upright. Now that's awful tall, way too tall. Think low, short. I'm going to actually pull from the center, cutting that out, saving it for a little arrangement. And again, and using just the short piece down low, keeping that European styling. This base design could easily wait for a week, and then as the holiday gets closer, go back and add your roses. Follow that same format, starting on the outer edges, and then angling all the way across to the opposite side to get full and lush. Now the question I hear frequently is, what about the guard petals? Should I take those off? As a general rule of thumb, I leave them on, unless they're severely damaged. If they're severely damaged, then go ahead and take it off. But you really only want to take 1 or 2 petals per rose. If you take too many, it never opens quite right, and you've damaged the integrity of the bloom. So you want to go ahead, leave those guard petals, trust that's part of their natural beauty, and then place them in at that radial format. Again, coming around the parameter first. And then once you get them in nicely tucked, give each one room to bloom. Start coming upward towards the center, but still angled. See how low that is, tucked down in there? As it opens, it's going to give you a nice, lush surface, kind of blooms over the top. Maybe another one over here, a little bit taller. One towards the back. So that's 7 of a more standard rose. Now I'm going to go back with a garden variety. Again, long lasting. And that one has a bud, so they get really 2 for 1. This one has 2 buds. How lovely. And maybe one more. So now I have 10 roses in here, but in reality, with all these buds, it's more like 15 altogether. Roses everywhere. Lastly, bringing in some of the spray roses. These I use the Valentine red. Got to bow to tradition once in a while. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roses on that one. 1 damaged petal. There we go. Tucking it in. And maybe one more. So now I'm getting close to 12 stems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can add one more or not, because this is more than a dozen roses and it's beautiful. To enhance, I want to add even a little more texture. Some tree fern. Cut and tucked into the center, add some nice fuzzy density right down at the base of the design. Tucked low, and then plumosa with its drapey qualities, letting it come out to the side, helping to break the line of the container, add a little more movement. It adds dimension and size to the arrangement. And you can see just adding a touch of texture makes it even more fabulous. Now this arrangement certainly can't compete at the low price point. In fact, it's going to be more expensive than many of your competitors. But it's easy to explain to them why. It's fabulous. A unique vase, unique foliages, fabulous accent materials, and a luscious collection of roses that you can guarantee to last for a full week. Because yes, these varieties will last a whole week. You add that guarantee, you're going to have a satisfied consumer. Now, one more step for you on profitability. Around the holidays, you end up with short broken flowers. You saw the little leftover of the honey bracelet. Use that to make companion, smaller pieces. And then, as you sell the beautiful design for his wife or girlfriend, or maybe it's a husband or boyfriend, always ask, now, do you have a daughter or a son that you'd like to remember on Valentine's? We have wonderful little bouquets for them as well. Now, for more creative inspiration, check out our website at flowerschool.com. If you've got questions, you can reach us through there or pick up the telephone and give us a call at 503-223-8089. And of course, I want to see what you create. Take a photograph, send it to me. You use my personal email, it's Leanne, Leanne, at floraldesigninstitute.com. I truly love to see what you create. Now it's your turn. Have fun and do something you love.